Imagine over $130,000 suddenly disappearing from your bank account. When it happened to a Springville woman,
the money was just sitting there, their proceeds from the sale of her house in California. But when she did get around to calling Wells Fargo a few months later, shock. They told her the account had been closed and her money had been sent away.
He says, oh, it's already been taken. And
$131,000 vanished.
They said the account's closed, you need to go away.
When Franz Forbes moved to Tampa from Jupiter 5 years ago, he kept his Wells Fargo account as a safety net.
When I tried to log back in, it said account invalid, call customer service.
If you have a bank account, you need to watch this because bank accounts are vanishing overnight and banks are shutting them down without notice.
said it's not here. My money and give it back to me. It's mine, not theirs.
Have the ability to close out your account and they don't necessarily have to give you a warning about doing so.
Now, here's what you need to do to keep your money safe and to stop your money from vanishing overnight.
Okay, these are the two letters that we received.
Terry Johnson got these notices last fall. They're from her bank, Wells Fargo, telling her that one of her 4 bank accounts has become inactive.
But it got ignored.
That's right. She ignored them at first because the money was just sitting there, their proceeds from the sale of her house in California. But when she did get around to calling Wells Fargo a few months later, shock. They told her the account had been closed and her money had been sent away.
He says, oh, it's already been taken and it's up in Salt Lake City and the unclaimed properties. He says, how can you call it unclaimed properties? This is our account. We have 3 other active accounts with that bank.
That's right. More than $131,000 vanished. Terry says she called Utah's Unclaimed Property Division, which is where Wells Fargo claims they sent the money.
They said it's not here.
Terry says she spent 2 frantic months calling both her bank and the state trying to track down her more than $100,000.
Find my money and give it back to me. It's mine, not theirs.
Where is Terry's money? The Utah State Treasurer, David Damshin, who runs the Unclaimed Property Division, he says the money never made it to their office.
The money never left the bank.
But Damshin was able to do something that Terry could not, track it down.
We immediately went in, we searched for the property, couldn't find it anywhere. As you might imagine, we have a lot of close relationships with banks. So I called a senior manager at the bank and said, can you help us with this missing money situation? Problem was solved within minutes.
And just like that, the money has been restored in Terry's account, who says she's learned an important lesson about putting off responding to letters she gets from her bank.
They said the account's closed, you need to go away.
When Franz Forbes moved to Tampa from Jupiter 5 years ago, he kept his Wells Fargo account as a safety net.
When I tried to log back in, it said account invalid, call customer service.
Turns out Wells Fargo claims it closed the dormant account in April, sent the $1,886.25 balance to Florida's Unclaimed Property Division. But here's the problem. Franz says the state and Wells Fargo point the finger at each other, and no one can find his money. So I started with Wells Fargo.
He has no idea where his money is, and it just seems that, somebody should be able to access their own money. And I want to know, what happened to the money, where did it go, and what can he do to get it back?
That represents more than 2 months of mortgage, or food, or repairing the car.
In a twist I did not see coming, Franz tells me Wells Fargo bank manager called him this afternoon and asked him to meet her at the bank. She handed him a cashier's check for the full amount. He took that to his credit union and deposited it right away.
Now, these accounts are called dormant accounts. With dormant accounts, if you don't have activity in that account, then that money is supposed to be sent to the state. And that is because if people pass away, many a times their families don't even know that this money is available to them. So it gets sent to unclaimed money accounts or unclaimed funds at the state. Now, the problem is a lot of states may have 3 years for a account without activity to turn dormant. Even worse, banks have their own internal policies that they may shut an account down within a year. And so many of the times people will log in and find out that their account has disappeared. The problem is a lot of these accounts are savings accounts. And even if you're checking the balance on the savings account, you can still go dormant because some bank rules have that you must have activity in that account in order for it not to be considered dormant. And just checking and logging into the account to see the balance does not equal activity. Here's what you need to do to keep your account safe.
Whether it's a checking account, savings account, or even your credit cards, banks can and do close accounts whenever they want.
Banks have the ability to close out your account, and they don't necessarily have to give you warning about doing so.
Ted Rossman with Bankrate says some banks flag inactivity after as little as 6 months and may charge a fee.
From $5 to $20 a month for inactivity.
Wait longer.
3 to 5 years, you might have to go to the state to get the money back.
The good news is it doesn't take much to keep an account active, so this doesn't happen to you. Just a few dollars in and out every now and then will keep your account from being closed.
Even if it's something small, like put your Netflix subscription on there and just have that transaction once a month kind of restart the clock.
Rossman says move money periodically, automate small transfers, and check your bank's inactivity policy.
Now, by not keeping the proper activity in that account, your account gets shut down. And many of these accounts are going to be savings accounts. And if you need that money in an emergency, especially to pay a debt, it can lead your credit score to have a missed payment and take a hit. If that happened to you with my elite credit system, users like Sean was able to go from a 612 credit score to all his credit scores over 770 in a matter of 6 months. And now he's at an 803 credit score. So if you need a one-on-one consultation with me, or if you want to join my elite credit system with the AI software and credit coaching, those links are in the description of the video and pinned comment section. And you can download this free heart inquiry removal package for free at my website. Now, you want to make sure that you keep this activity with not just checking your balances on your accounts. One of the ways that you can keep activity is adding a reoccurring bill, maybe like your Netflix account. Also, you can add in, if you have a credit card that you barely use and have a monthly payment. Sometimes if it's a starter card that you had in the past, it'll charge you an $8 fee. If you started maybe connecting something like that to that account, or if you have a credit card that you don't spend a lot on that credit card and it's a small monthly fee of $25 you might spend on that account, you may connect those kinds of bills to that saving account or that account that you don't use a lot of activity on. So just as a reminder, checking your balances is not activity. It either have to have a deposit or a withdrawal to equal activity for your banking accounts. So hopefully this information was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in my comment section. More detailed questions for me, you can go to my website and all your questions go directly to my cell phone. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.